What is up, guys? Super pumped to be shooting Fuji's newly re-released Acros 2. It is a 100-speed film. That means we are gonna be shooting it in pretty low shutter speeds. I got one roll of the 120, one roll of the 35. In the 35, I'm gonna be shooting this Canon EOS 1V, which is a great camera. So there's the 35. And then with the 120, gonna be shooting the Contax 645. Gonna get 16 frames out of that, 36 frames out of that, and it's gonna be pretty fun. So let's go play around. I have a couple frames, probably 6 frames left on a roll from the last shoot I just had. Got Portra 800 loaded in here, so I'm just gonna finish those off, some details of the bike, so then we can load in that Acros. 250/40 here.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Pat Flynn. I run a custom motorcycle site called The Bullet. I'm Braden's brother, and he was doing a comparison with some film and asked if I could jump on a bike and we'd go out and shoot some photos together. And Indian lent me their new FTR 1200S motorcycle to go have some fun with.
So the Acros is a really, I've always described it as a pretty film. I used to shoot it a bit, but you know, honestly, it was a little pretty for me. And by pretty, I mean it has very low minimal grain, where when I was shooting black and white film, I actually wanted to see the grain. But again, every single thing that you're doing and the choice that you're making is an aesthetic choice. So for certain things, you're maybe wanting something clean. At 100 speed, it works really good in studio. At 100 speed, you need a lot of light typically, or the opposite would be like the Portra 800, where you would shoot it when you don't have a lot of light. So with the slower speed film, I'm gonna be able to have the shutter speed at a pretty low shutter while we're moving at a pretty quick pace, which is gonna make the background blur, but Pat's gonna be sharp behind me. Whatever you do, don't drop the film. So what's great about the 1V, or even the other camera body that I use a lot is the 1N, is if you shoot digitally and you shoot DSLRs like the 5D or any of those for Canon, you can use the same lenses on these. Gonna go from overexposed to then a couple stops underexposed, just to see the latitude of this film, and latitude has to do with the range from the highlights to the shadows and how far you can push it or pull it or mess up when you're trying to get your exposure. Started out at a 30th at 1.2. Then I'm gonna bring 32.0, 64.0, it's called panning. What I'm doing is I'm trying to stay with him as he's coming by. So then the background's gonna be blurry, but he's gonna be in focus because I'm coming by with that. One of the other nice things about shooting with this body is I'm able to autofocus, focus and fire, focus and fire. I use back button focus, which is a setting So when I'm doing this, what I'm basically doing, you could have a lens hood, which is a great idea to have on your camera. With film specifically, when you get the sun hitting the lens, it creates a big haze on the lens. And it's sort of the same difference, like right here, is if we were to go like this, see the difference of what happens to the lens when all I'm doing is I'm bringing my hand up and I'm blocking the sun. I can see the shade on the lens, and you can see sort of the difference of what happens. It just gives a much more clear image. So I did have a couple rolls of this Acros that I'd been saving for a while. This one expired in 2013, so I'm gonna shoot this as well because I only had one roll of the 120 and one roll of the 35 for the version 2 of this film. So I'm just gonna see how this expired film holds up, but I just want to shoot a little bit more of it and see how it goes. Expired film generally needs more light, so I'm rating it at 50 instead of 100. Where the Acros 2, I was rating it at 100, which is box speed. So this one, I'm just giving it one more stop. What's up, guys? I'm Braden Flynn. I'm on this channel quite a bit and just wanted to introduce myself. If you're newer to the channel or don't know who I am, which is totally fine, I wouldn't know who I was either, but I've been a pro photographer for about 13 years. I'm also the founder of Film Supply Club and started it really to help film photographers shoot more film, get more film in people's hands. But the whole point of this channel is to be doing reviews of different film stocks, different film cameras, different film photographers that are doing rad things and showing how they do it and what they shoot, and hopefully to inspire you. But really with the reviews and all the different things we're doing with the cameras, it's so you can make choices when you go out to shoot. We're doing different tests, we're underexposing, we're overexposing, we're shooting films against each other, next to each other, so that you can look at those and be like, okay, this is a decision that I want to make when I'm shooting film, and you don't have to go and spend the money to waste the film and do the test. We're doing it for you. So that's what we're doing, that's what we're up to, that's who I am, and hopefully you can come along. There's a ton of other videos on this channel. But yeah, thanks tons for watching, and catch you on the next one.